Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for choosing our show. In case you are here for the first time, please take a second or two and subscribe to our channel, then click the notification bell. This allows YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. Please like and share videos. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since Raila Amolo Odinga shook hands and formed this broad-based government with William Samoei Ruto, we have continued to criticize that union. And the reason is, we were told that the reason why Raila joined William Ruto, number one, was to end the kidnappings and killings of the people of Kenya, especially the youths. And that Raila also wanted to sustain what they called the democratically elected government. But that did not end because we continued to witness more abductions and more killings. Of recent, during Sabasaba protest, 38 youths were killed, and the activists, human rights activists, say that within that month alone, 60 people were killed. And this was so alarming. And Raila himself is facing a lot of criticism even back at home because he led youths during Azimio protest and they were killed, but no one is talking about them. So we have continued to question the essence of this broad-based government because what we saw was Raila donating his people to go and serve as experts in Ruto's government. And Raila himself has continued to demand in public that victims of police brutality must be compensated.
We've had several challenges. We have had a lot of issues. 2 years ago, we were on the streets. And even last year, they were on the streets, the Gen Zs. I saw that during the prayer breakfast recently this week, there was apologies that were being made. The speaker and yourself, which is wonderful, as a first step to reconciliation. But then there's the issue of people who are injured, some people who died during that time. I want today to say that we should do compensation to families of those who died and those who were injured so that we can have a closure to this chapter of our national history today. We want Kenyans to live in peace and in unity.
Of course, we thought that that is just mere rhetoric and politics. In fact, I remember in his last interview with NTV, he was non-committal on the date. He said there were ongoing talks with Ruto, and they were supposed to compensate those victims sooner than soonest. So today, William Ruto has done something. I don't know how people are going to take this, but he has decided to constitute a committee to look into how those victims are going to be compensated. And this committee is headed by Makamuto. I want us to read this very fast. Presidential proclamation on the framework for compensation of victims of demonstrations and public protest. And it says this: whereas the Constitution establishes the dual obligation of the state and its citizens to uphold the delicate balance between civic responsibility and the exercise of constitutionally guaranteed freedoms as enshrined in the Bills of Rights. And it continues to say that whereas since the promulgation of the Constitution in 2010, the expanded democratic space has afforded Kenyans from all walks of the liberty to express themselves through demonstrations and picketing, some of which regrettably have turned violent, resulting in bodily harm and loss of life. Then it says, whereas there is compelling national interest in establishing a framework for accountability, redress, and reparations for victims of demonstrations and public protests, including civilians and security personnel who lost their lives or suffered bodily harm during public protest and riots since the year 2017. So he begins from 2017. Now, therefore, I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, in exercise of the authority vested in me by the Constitution, do hereby establish a coordination framework for compensation of victims of protests and riots, which shall be vested under the Executive Office of the President. The Executive Office of the President shall discharge this mandate in collaboration with the Office of the Attorney General, Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the National Treasury, and all the other relevant state agencies. Designate Professor Makau Mutua, Senior Advisor, Constitutional Affairs and Human Rights, as the principal coordinator of this state intervention and compensation framework, and the tenure of this special coordination framework shall be 120 days from the date hereof. In witness thereof, I hereunto have set my hand and caused the public seal of the Republic to be affixed to this presidential proclamation on this 6th day of August in the year of our Lord 2025. And there is the seal. It is signed by William Samoei Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, that is William Ruto. He has established what I may call a committee to look into the compensation of victims, and it says it begins from 2017. It includes civilians and security apparatus who suffered bodily harm and deaths. And I know many are saying it is too little, too late. We don't care. One term, Kasongo must go. Many of you are saying this. But what has informed the decision to establish this and to consider compensation? Number one, there is a lot of pressure from the international community. Remember, Kenya is about to lose its position as a non-NATO ally because there is a bill in the US Senate that seeks to question whether William Ruto used the secret intelligence that they are given by the US to maim and kill her victims during the protest. So there's a lot of international pressure. Raila is also enduring a lot of pressure from his supporters from Nyanza and all over the country. Remember, his Secretary General Edwin Sifuna is asking, when you were joining the government, the broad-based government, you told us that it was supposed to end victims, or it was supposed to end police brutality, kidnappings and killings, but this is still going on. So there's been a lot of pressure from local and international activists, the media, Kenya Human Rights Commission, Law Society of Kenya. There's been a lot of pressure, and that is why they have decided. But what exactly does William Ruto seek to achieve by establishing this and trying to compensate the victims of brutality? Ruto wants to reduce the discussion around ICC. Remember, if you've listened to the presidential aspirant, former Chief Justice David Maraga, he's saying William Ruto should be investigated. Rigathi Gachagua, together with the opposition, are saying we have established a kind of a committee that is collecting and collating all the evidences of police brutality under William Ruto, including his order to shoot people's legs. And they are saying Ruto must be investigated by the International Criminal Court. So William Ruto seeks to reduce this by telling, the country and the international community at large that we are ready to compensate those who fell victims of police brutality. And Ruto believes that this is going to at least appease Kenyans and those who are calling for the ICC to come and investigate the government. So he seeks to achieve that. William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga also want people to embrace this broad-based government. Because if the idea was to end killings, and we've been asking, why did you donate your people very fast to go and serve in Ruto's government, yet you forgot the youths that were killed when you took them to protest on the streets, and you forgot the Gen Zs, because the ODM got to government at the height of Gen Z's protest when they were being butchered. So they think this is going to pacify the nation, and they are endearing themselves. So they think that people are going to embrace this broad-based government by now saying, okay, it was just a matter of time. They have been talking here and there, and things have been put to place. They also believe that Kenyans are now going to accept the NADCO. Remember, that they have also formed a committee to implement the NADCO report. And you see, the NADCO report has quite a lot. They will be entrenching the position of the Prime Minister, the position of the official opposition leader, and they are very clever enough. They know that there is going to be a discussion around creating positions for these, politicians. So they want to ensure that people accept. They are trying to lure people to accept the NADCO report, because in that NADCO report there was also compensation. So they want people to see, to look at NADCO report as something that is real and genuine. And together with it, they believe that this is going to also trigger people to accept the intergenerational conclave. You will remember, Raila wants intergenerational discussion about what is going on in the country. So this is going also to trigger, and people might embrace this. They are also trying to win back the support of Gen Zs. Remember, Gen Zs are saying, we have a date with William Ruto. We have a date with the UDA government. Come 2027, we are going to ensure that we send all of them home. This government has killed us, including recently Ojuang, including Joki. People are being killed on the streets. They are killed on police cells with no explanations. Autopsy is done, and the result does not, come out clearly. At some point they tell us that some people are hitting themselves on police walls. So they are trying to seek the support of Gen Zs. They believe Gen Zs might reconsider this. Together with this, they believe that the people of Nyanza, who have been asking, you see, there's a lot of division in Nyanza. Leaders and supporters are asking, why would Raila support a government that butchered us? And so they feel that with this, people are going to change the tone, and they're going to start saying, okay, let's give him a chance. At least he has compensated. And you see, what they're going to say is this, that Kibaki killed us in 2007. He never compensated us. Uhuru did that. He has never compensated us. Now William Ruto is compensating. It means William Ruto is a good president. The same way they are saying that, State House is now open even to the border. They are saying they have been given ministerial positions, including that of finance, that no other president has given them. So they will be claiming that, this is the best president. He has done something that no one has done before. I don't know how you take it, but that is the situation. But in essence, William Ruto is admitting that the UDA government committed a crime. And I know that after this, activists are going to call for a press conference, and they will demand that apart from compensation, now that you have admitted that your police killed innocent Kenyans, we are seeking for justice, because it is not just enough to compensate. I don't know. It is going to open another Pandora's box, because people like Kimani Chunga will be saying, what do you want? You are making noise that people have been killed and you want compensation. Now that they're being compensated, you want to play politics. I'm looking for Rigathi Gachagua. He's going to tweet or talk about it, because this decision also seeks to neutralize the opposition who is saying that William Ruto is a butcher. I don't know what is going to happen. What exactly do you think? Is it a good idea? Is it too little, too late? Do you think it is going to change the mind of some people who do not want William Ruto? Do you think it can tilt some votes in 2027 towards his support? Please share with me what you think on the comment section.